So now we'll continue in that in the session dedicated primarily for the early experience with collaborating with the patient-powered research networks. And next speaker is Cleo Maehara.
Okay, so thank you. So today I'm going to talk about one of the projects that we've been working here at UCSD regarding collaboration with the PPRNs. This is under the pSCANNER umbrella. So the main objective of this project that we're working is to identify specific cohorts within our UCSD system with conditions that are targeted by the PPRNs. And also, we're going to refer these patients to the PPRN website for them to get more access to information and also possibly registering to their PPRN website. So this table shows the PPRNs that we are collaborating with. So we've been working with a healthy heart that targets a heart disease, but we are also referring patients with healthy patients for their website as well. AR Power that targets inflammatory arthritis, CNAD. We only listed here the diseases that they've been working with, but they already approved by our IRB. But they also have more diseases that they listed in their website as well. Duchenne Connect that targets muscular dystrophy that includes Duchenne and Becker disease. And I Concur MS for multiple sclerosis, and they're going to present their work today, later on. We also be in process to enroll other PPRNs to our work. One of them is Improve Care Now that targets inflammatory bowel disease. PrideNet targeting sexual and gender minorities, and they're also presenting today. CCFA, or Crohn's disease and ulcerative colitis, they're also presenting. And Mood Network from Mass General, targeting mood disorders that includes depression and bipolar disorder. So we had our IRB approved by our Human Research Protections Program at here at UCSD, and we were granted a waiver of the informed consent in order to recruit patients for this project. We also have a IRB approved for our information letter that we send to our patients, and that includes a general link to the PPRN website. And also we have a specific link that goes to a landing page within the PPRN website to welcome the patients that comes from UCSD. And the main reason for us to have this link is because we wanted to track the provenance of these patients by measuring the total number of patients that register to the website by using our link in the letter. Our team checks with the PPRN team periodically if how many registrations we have in the PPRN. So this is just a sample of the information letter that we sent to our patients. And the first paragraph, basically, it tells about the aim of the letter and some information about the PPRN and what is the target disease for them. We also have the general link and, So the general link and also the link for the landing page. And we also be very clear in the letter that we are not sharing any information from the patient with the PPRNs. Going into more details about the process on how we are doing this project is, so we identify the cohorts for each one of the PPRNs by querying our UCSD system for patients with specific conditions that are targeted by the PPRNs by looking at the ICD-9 codes and or computable phenotypes. It depends on the PPRN. And on top of the inclusion and exclusion criteria that we receive from the PPRNs, we also exclude the patients that previously opted to be excluded from any other research invitation from our system. Once we identify our cohort, we start with the data collection, and we collect a name and email address in order to contact them. This is for all the PPRNs that we've been working with. But we also collect some other clinical data, such as diagnosis, notes, lab and imaging tests as well, in the case of the rare diseases. Once we have all this data collected, we transfer this information to our HIPAA-compliant environment in order to select and then send the emails to the patients. And right now, we are sending a batch of 50 letters, randomly selected from our cohort. And we are using Outlook with a mail merge feature in order to get the letters and then attach to the email and then send to the patients. All this process happens within our environment, within our HIPAA-protected environment. We also do the follow-up. So we look at the invalid email address, so bounce back messages, and also we track how many patients that register to the website. This is some initial results for 2 of the PPRNs that we start sending letters. So one is Healthy Heart, and the other one is I Concur MS for multiple sclerosis. So we send, right now we only send emails. So there are some plans to use other methods such as phone calls and also postal mail as well. But for now, we are only using email as a method of communication. And we send a total of 300 emails. We send out a total of 300 emails with around a little bit less than 10% of bounce back due to invalid emails and 9 registrations. We had a better response for patients with multiple sclerosis that we sent 130 emails, and we have a response rate around 5%. I think most important in that is because among all these 300 letters that we sent, only 1 patient, in fact, requested to be removed from the mailing list. And the reason was that because he was not a UCSD patient anymore. In terms of the next steps, we want to increase the number of the collaborating PPRNs for the next stage, for the phase 2, and also extend the patient identification to other pSCANNER sites, such as the other UCs and the VA. And also start some discussions on how can we share the data. Okay, thank you.
Hi, I'm just wondering, when you're registering those patients onto the PPRN websites, are you doing linkages between the EHR identifiers and those registrations so there would be an ability to combine those things?
We have, yes. So in our system, we have all this information because we store all the information such as MRN numbers, names, emails, and some clinical data in some cases. At this point, we are only we're not sharing any information. So, but in the future, if there is a need to have this link, yes, we can do that.
My question is similar. Do you track the opt-outs and link that back to your EHR?
Yes.
How do you track them?
Yes. So in that case, at least for now, among these 300 letters, we had only 1 patient that requested to be removed. But yes, we have one master list that for any research that is within our department, we keep track of the patients that opted out for not to be in contact, either for any research within our institution or overall.
Do you have any intention to resend repeatedly to the same 130 to see if you get, or whatever, to see if you get more responses?
Yeah, I've been discussing with some of the leaders for PPRNs in terms of how can we improve our response rate. So one of the methods that we were talking about is not only resend, but doing a different methodology in terms of sending an information letter first for the patient just to let them know what this is about, and then telling them that, oh, we're going to contact you a week from now to send you a link or the registration link for if you want to get more information about. the website and the disease by itself.
And I assume you don't have the IRB approval in place anyways to share the EHR data, right?
No.
Just the letter.
No, for now, it's just the information.
Yeah, well, thank you. I didn't want to cut you off, but just to add to that, our intention is if the patient requests the data from the EHR, then that data, we could find a way to transmit it, but the patient has to formally request it. And also, the response rate is low, but it could be that the patients are going to the generic link. I, for one, would go to the generic link rather than saying I'm coming from UCSD, just for my own preferences. But yes, we need to work on understanding if email is even a good medium for that kind of thing. So with that, thank you, Cleo. And let me present